Alright, so here's an example of what I mean about being self-reliant and what it looks like when you're no longer self-reliant in your games. So at least from my point of view, right? So I can go for this kill because he wasn't even looking at me, right? And I don't want to fight that guy that just sniped me. Anyways, so it starts pretty much around here. So after I'm done looting, I'm trying to loot quickly, I'm just slow, right? This guy starts to engage here. Now, I don't know what he's engaging, but I don't want him to be doing it alone, right? So I gotta get there, right? And obviously this guy is still looting, you know? And we see this random like jump in here and we get that kill. Now, there's a team here and I'm still trying to fight them safely, right? If you go through my thread, you know exactly what I'm doing here. Now this guy, he's here and he's looting, but he's by himself, right? So now I have to fight, I have to help him, right? Because I don't want that to be a 3v1 situation, right? Or 1v1 situation. I want it to be like a 2v1. So that's why I go back. But as soon as this guy phases, I have no reason to peek these guys anymore. There's no reason, because then it will be a 3v1. And that's why I ping to go over here. Now check this out. I want to retreat, but I know I don't get to retreat unless these two guys retreat with me. Because if I retreat by myself, it will be a 2v whatever, and I'd rather it be a 3v, right? So that's why I'm looking at them to see if they're coming, right? Basic stuff. But then here's where it gets a little bit more tiring, right? Tiring for me. So I'm running with the caustic thinking, yeah, we're kind of getting out there. But we hear some footsteps. And I know this guy is about to engage in a 1v1, right? At the very least a 1v1. So I want to make that a 2v1. That's why I come back, right? But I'm a little bit slow. Now check out this guy. He's by himself. So he did damage to this guy, right? But he's thinking in his mind, he's envisioning, because the only thing he could be envisioning that is that he opens these doors and he melts this guy, right? And that's all solo dolo. This guy's going to protect himself, but I'm envisioning he's going to open his door and we're going to melt this guy, you know? Because I'm thinking as a team, right? And he quickly gets checked, right? So my team gets that down and I go for the flank on this next guy here, right? But he's no longer there. So what happens is this guy gets an angle on me, and of course I back up, right? Now I don't want to 1v1 this guy, because I know my team is, they're right there, right? And I see this guy shooting, so what does that mean? Let's go make it a 2v1 situation, right? Then we see that extra guy shooting, and he backs up and we retreat. But as I'm backing up, I see my guy, he's still there, and it looks like he's going to start attacking. So again, I want to heal, but I don't get to heal, because I want to turn this, whatever this is going to be, I want it to be a 2v whatever it's going to be. So I come back again, right? He doesn't even get he doesn't even get any shots off, but at least I was there and get this kill, you know, because that guy seems to have the right idea in helping his friend. And now I don't want to peek back out, because I don't want it to be a 1v1 again. I'd rather my teammates to be there, right? So I notice him, he's coming. So if he opens these doors and starts attacking, I'll attack. And I kind of wait for that, right? Nothing's happening, so I decide to go for the res. And I decide to go through with it because I go quite far. But now I need to help him. 100%. This is obvious, right? and he goes down. Now, here's what I want to point out, because you have to keep in mind what I'm trying to show here, for at least when you play with your friends and you can develop some new habits, right? Is I'm still kind of fighting. I decide to go for this flank here, right? And my teammate decided to retreat. I remember in the game, I'm not aware of this because I'm quite focused on what's going on here, right? But then I notice when my mind comes down, I hear another guy behind me, and I know I've got to fight him, right? Now look at this. I hit some significant shots on this guy. My Wraith decided to run and heal because that's just the natural thing to do, especially in solo queue. But what would have been good is if he started healing by this door and watching me, like how I usually watch my teammates. And no matter what I'm doing, I'm always watching my teammates to see what's going on and see what I can turn into our advantage by being there to help. If this guy was watching this door, right, he could drop his healing and send off a few shots into this guy, and maybe we would have killed him, right? I'm here fighting for my life, and now I'm outside the door. If I knew my teammate was at the door, I could at least hide here, and my teammate could get a couple sneaky, safe shots in, and maybe I could kill this guy here as well, right? And this is kind of what I'm trying to advocate when you're playing in your games with your friends, is start thinking and envisioning your battles, every situation as a team, and you'll start to understand that the game can be played very differently than what you're used to when you jump in like solo queue and you're just trying to do your best to deal damage and stay alive, you know? I hope this made sense. When I finish these videos, I don't know, I just hope that I really get the point across, because I know it's starting to get very, very vague and subtle. Like, it looks obvious, but there's a lot of things. Actually, I'll just go back one more time, right? One more time. So wherever I take damage, right? Where do I take damage? Where is it? So here, right? If you look at this, I take damage there. People instantly think I need to use a bat and get my life back. And they're not really thinking. They're not going to help here. They'll hide, they'll heal here. They're not going to help here. Right? They wouldn't get that down. They would be healing. Do you know what I mean? And that's kind of the thing you're going to start eliminating. And you're going to be more aware. And this is a hard one to kind of get rid of. This is a difficult habit to get rid of, but you can do it. You just need to be a lot more focused on what your team is doing than rather you as an individual. All right. Peace.